When you flop top pair against one opponent, the plan should almost never be to fold.
Please don't. Please, God, no.
He did good. For you?
No!
For one of us.
Take a look at this spot.
160.
In this episode of Weekly Poker Hand from Game of Gold, we are playing 20 big blinds deep heads up between Josh Arieh and Andy Stacks. Josh Arieh on the button has Queen of Spades, 8 of clubs. He could limp, he could min raise, he goes for the min raise. Andy Stacks in the big blind could go all in or call, decides to call. Let's see the flop.
Nice.
Ooh.
Top pair, second pair.
The flop comes ace of diamonds, 8 of diamonds, 4 of diamonds. Both players have a pair. Josh is in trouble. Andy checks, as he should do with his entire range, and then Josh checks it back. I think checking it back here is certainly fine and reasonable, although I probably would have made a small continuation bet of 1 big blind or so. Typically on 3 flush flops, you often do want to continuation bet somewhat often and tiny. And in general, when you are value betting with a hand like middle pair, or considering value betting with a hand like middle pair, you should be way more inclined to bet it when your middle pair is very vulnerable to being outdrawn. So on ace 8-4, notice any card between a 9 and a king could easily give Andy the best hand if he did have a hand like Jack 10, right? You really don't want a Jack to come and randomly beat you. However, if the board was instead something like ace Queen 4, giving Josh still second pair, he should be way more inclined to check that one back, because then he doesn't have to worry about all that many overcards coming to beat him, because then only a king is an overcard to his queen. So I think this is a spot where I probably would have continuation bet 1 big blind, but checking it back is certainly fine.
Yeah, I was thinking of 2 deuce. Let's
That's
go.
a beauty. That is a beauty.
Wow, snap check. I'm curious if you check raises probably.
I wonder if we raise.
I like to get money in the pot, man, when I have
me
big hands.
too. It doesn't feel like Josh is bluffing either with that size. Just cool.
So
Well,
many,
we might get another straight, to be
there's
fair.
so many f***ed up rivers, though.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Okay, let's Queen 8 or save us money on the river.
Turn is the 2 of clubs. Andy certainly could value bet, although I think checking is quite nice because you can easily check call the turn and check call on most rivers, and then you avoid going broke when you do happen to be against a slow played premium hand on the flop. So Andy checks. Josh bets tiny, 120k. Against the tiny bet, I think there is some merit in putting in a raise because you do have the best hand often. But I do think calling is probably going to be best because when you do happen to be beat, you can check call the turn and then check call the river and not lose your whole stack. Whereas if you check raise the turn, you're going to be on the hook for all of it. Andy just calls. Let's head to the river.
That's not one of them.
Wow.
That's not one of them.
That's a clean-ass river.
Yeah, that's a value betting kind of river.
Too thin, Josh.
Probably not too thin.
No, but I'm saying that because I don't
I
want
know.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good. I prefer bigger.
The river is the 6 of spades. Andy checks. Josh goes 300k into 560 straight up for value. What I want to know is, what do you think Andy's going to do? Do you think he's going to fold with top pair, heads up? Do you think he's going to call? Or do you think he's going to rip it all in? Take a second, think about it. Let me know in the comment section down below. And also, do me a favor, click the notification bell and the subscribe button. Thank you.
Oh my God, I'm gonna f***ing shoot myself.
Don't you f***ing even consider folding. Don't you dare. Andy, please.
Andy, what are you doing? Please don't. Please, God, no.
Did you click the like button too? I forgot to mention that one. This is a spot where I think Andy just has a pretty easy call. When you check call the turn, the plan with top pair is almost never to fold, because you beat not only some thin value bets like what Josh has here, but you also beat some bluffs. And this is a spot where if Josh did check it back with nothing on the flop, he's going to feel kind of inclined to bluff it on the turn and the river. Now, I do realize that Josh's slightly more than half pot bet kind of screams value. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But the problem is again, you beat some value hands, especially pocket kings or pocket nines or queen eight. So even though you do lose some portion of the time, you just got to flick in the call.
Oh, is he shoving?
No,
he's not shoving.
he's thinking of folding or calling. We saw this before.
Maybe he could level himself into a fold. Oh my God. Please, that would be the best outcome.
That would be wild.
Oh, scared the out of me when he lifted it.
Oh, I'm so scared, dude.
No, he's not bluffing.
Just doesn't feel like you're bluffing, but
Time's about to run out. Oh my God. Please
Throw it in,
call,
dude.
Andy.
Throw it
Please
in.
call.
it just doesn't feel like you're bluffing. Since I fold.
Oh my God.
I mean, he's right. His read is right, but the outcome is...
No!
What the f?
Oh my God!
Bro?
Oh!
What are you doing?
That's what we have time banks for, to think about it.
I just can't use them, man.
Just
It's
think
too
about
expensive. Too expensive.
Think about it for a little while.
I feel like I was gonna think myself into the wrong decisions. I just,
You did good.
yeah. For you?
For one of us.
How pissed do you think Charlie
You did
is right
good.
now?
Josh is like, you did.
Because Josh actually just thinks, like Josh
Josh
is being
thinks
honest.
it's like, Josh is like, I f***ing value bet, you know.
Yeah.
He folded a 6 or whatever. Like,
I thought he was checking to try to get value out of a worse hand. He was checking because he thought he had the worst hand.
Fucking hell. What does he think he has? It doesn't feel like he's bluffing. He's right about that, but he's not value betting. He can't have anything better.
After a lot of deliberation, Andy decides that Josh is clearly value betting. And to be fair, Josh looks like he's value betting. He thinks he's value betting. Andy, for that reason, decides to make the fold, and Josh scoops a nice pot and doesn't even know that he got a better hand to fold.